Boom, easy peasy. Okay, so finish those last 3 glute bridge walkouts. All right, last couple, and then bringing it on back. Good. Then we're gonna set it down. From here, we're gonna straighten our left leg. We're gonna bring our knee to our chest, and then we're gonna kick that leg up straight into our bent knee hamstring. For those of you watching the recording, this doesn't apply to you guys that are doing it live right now. Had a rough day, so that's why the recording was missed. I was trying to get us on schedule and I forgot to hit the button. So our snack today, it's got 2 more of these on this side, guys. Our snack today was hemp hearts. It's an additive. So like a chia seed or a flax seed, we're gonna throw it into stuff. So you can throw it into whatever you like, your shakes, your yogurt, stuff like that. It's gonna add a lot of protein, some good fats, some good fatty acids. Switching sides, kick that leg up. So it's about 10 grams of added protein. We got, what was it, 12 grams, 15 grams of omega-3s and omega-6 fatty acids, and then some good fats in there along with that. And that's in a 3 tablespoon serving. So very good thing to add into your shakes or anything like that, just to give you a nice little boost. And relax. All right, now we're gonna go into a core assist dead bug. So all that means, we're gonna come into our dead bug position. Okay, we're gonna lock in like so. We're gonna dig our hands into the floor. So we're actually gonna push our hands into the floor down by our glutes, and we're gonna push nice and hard. Don't hurt yourself, but I want you to push hard enough that you feel like it's locking your core in. And then from there, we're gonna extend one leg at a time, and then bring it back. Okay, as soon as that leg's out straight, we're just gonna bring it back. As always with these dead bugs, this should feel a little easier, but if it's still hard for you to get your leg out straight all the way, just drop your heel and touch the floor. Okay, you don't have to extend that leg fully straight. We're gonna do 5 on each side. Got 1 more on each. Last ones. And relax. Nice. So the reason we did the core assist today is we're helping to support our trunk. So our back, our chest, everything nice and tight to the floor instead of having that arch. We're going to be using that same core assist later in our ab section. Okay. Okay. So here we go. We're going to start with our lunges. So this is our flow day, right? So with our flow day, we want to make sure that when we come into our lunge position, this is about where we're at. Okay, so I want my knee just behind my toe. I don't want to be leaning way back, and I don't want to be leaning way forward. Okay, so I want to be right over my ankle. Okay, and then with my back leg, I want to stay nice and tight with my glute and upright with my chest. Okay, with our lunges today, we're going to lunge into this down position, so almost touching the floor. My knees just hovering off the ground. And then we're going to pulse to the floor and up to that low spot. We're going to do 4 pulses for every rep, okay? And then we're going to move on through our other stuff, all right? But really focus on that lunge position today, because I know that's something we've been working a bunch. Okay, so we're going to stand up, starting in the standing position. Now I'm going to reverse lunge my right leg into that same position we were just in, just hovering that knee. And then I'm going to tap the floor and come right up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Holding in that lunge. Now I'm going to extend that back leg out. We're going to go into our world's greatest stretch. So my right hand goes to the floor. Left elbow comes to the instep of my foot. Now I'm going to rotate that hand up towards the sky. So the hand that was instep. So left hand reaching to the sky. Good. Now I'm going to bring that hand back into center. So I'm going to go both hands inside of my leg. Beautiful. Now I'm going to just drive that leg up and keep it off the floor. And I'm gonna go into a single leg down dog with my right leg being the base leg, left leg's just off the ground. It can be low, it can be high, it can be wherever you want. Make sure we're breathing. From here, we're gonna go single leg dive bomber push-ups. So if you haven't been doing the dive bomber push-ups, you are fine to put your leg back down, okay, if you want, or you can leave it off. All we're gonna do is nice and slow, go down, try to touch your nose to the floor. Please don't hit your face on the floor. Come into that cobra position, and then all we're gonna do is shoot those hips right back up into that down dog. That one's a fun one. Good, now we're just gonna walk our hands back to our single leg. From there, we're gonna pretend like we're trying to rip the floor up. So pull the floor to you and come up as slowly as you can in that single leg RDL. And to just reinforce that pattern, we're gonna do that single leg RDL again. I'm gonna move so you can see me from the side. We're gonna go right back down. You don't have to go all the way to the floor, but we're gonna go into that single leg position, okay? And I want you to grab the floor like you're trying to rip it up again. Come up as slowly and as strongly as you can. Beautiful. That's side one done. Okay, switching sides now. This time we're gonna reverse lunge with our left leg. Reverse lunge. Remember, we're coming into that first position, so we're just about to touch our knee, but not all the way down. And then we're gonna lower, tap, and come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, extend that back leg. Hand drops down, so left leg to the ground, right elbow to the instep of our leg. Good, rotate up. Plug those fingers into the sky, reaching up nice and high. Good, hands back to the inside. Shoot that right leg up this time. Kick that back into your down dog, 3-point down dog. Now, whatever you did for your last dive bomber, just do that again here, okay? So try to get your nose to touch the floor all the way down into that cobra. And then shoot those hips right back up. And then hand walk back into that single leg position. And then we're gonna try to rip that floor up. Nice and slow on the way up. Using that glute and those hamstrings to pull yourself up. Posterior chain work. Up nice and tall, okay? Then again from the side, same single leg RDL. Lowering myself down slow. Then I'm gonna pretend to grab the floor. I'm gonna try to rip up the flooring as I come up. All the way up. And nice and tall. Easy peasy. Okay, we got 2 more of those. 1 more on each side. Okay, here we go. Deep breath. Right leg's going back into that reverse lunge. Right leg goes back. Reverse lunge position. Here we go. Up. Oh, I did that wrong. Tap the knee and come up. 1. Tap the knee and come up. 2. 3. And 4. Good. Extend that back leg. Dropping in that world's greatest. Rotate up. I'm so glad you guys are here with me, because it'd be really hard to be doing this by myself right now. You guys are keeping me moving. That's great. I really appreciate you being here, especially when it got sunny and it's been gray all day so far. Good. Hand back to the inside. Take your deep breath. Gonna shoot that left leg up to the sky. Come into that 3-point down dog. Really try to stretch those shoulders out. Good, going into that dive bomber. You guys already know it. Try to touch that floor, swing through. And then shoot those hips right back up and walk those hands back. Now you know how that single leg RDL should feel, okay? So make sure you're locked in, grab that floor, and try to come up even slower this time. Then it becomes a balancing thing, right? What you probably can't see on the camera is how crazy my toes are going. Okay, so yours probably are too. Okay, here we go, back down into that single leg. You can watch all the little muscles in your foot if you're barefoot just freaking out while you're doing single leg stuff. It's all those little proprioceptors trying to find balance and come up. And they try really hard to find balance. That's why we train single leg stuff. Most of our life is spent on one leg at a time, believe it or not. Walking, running, all that stuff. Okay, here we go. Reverse lunge. Let's not mess it up this time, coach. Okay, let's go down and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Extend that back leg, dropping into that world's greatest position. Make sure when we're doing this position, okay? Make sure even when you get tired, you're keeping everything nice and strong. You're driving your heel to the back of the room, keeping your core tight, not letting your back round off. Okay, you want to still be head to heel as strong as you can. Okay, rotate up. Good, hands to the inside. Let's push back into that 3-point down dog. Sometimes when we're in limited space, like a living room, like I am right now, trying my best to not kick something as we're flowing through these movements. My wife would hurt me as she's watching downstairs. Good, down, or let's go into that dive bomber, nice and easy. And shoot those hips back up. And let's walk those hands back into that single leg. I'm gonna hop forward. Good. Grab that floor, come up nice and slow. Good. Once you're up, reset, taking yourself down nice and easy. Beautiful. Time under tension. So we're not using weight, but we're using our bodies slowly to really get the effect that we want in our programming. So you might not be as slow as I am, and that's okay. Just go as slowly as you can, and you're gonna get the right adaptation to what we're doing. Good job. All right, now we're gonna go into our core work. So obviously, August has been core month or something because Coach Clint's been putting you through a lot of core stuff. So we're gonna finish out the rest of this month with core on our Tuesdays, okay? And really it's just because I wanna be really sore on Thursday. No, I don't know why, just for fun, okay? Everybody likes core work. So just like our dead bugs, you're gonna create tension with your hands down by your hips. Okay, so what we're gonna do is a leg lower. So as straight as you can get your legs, you're gonna take them up, okay? And I'm just gonna use my hands as an assist so that I'm not rounding my back. Okay, if I pull my shirt up, you can see I'm rounding my back here. Okay, you can see a little daylight under there. So using my hands to push into the ground allows me to bring my pelvis back to neutral, keep my core down, keep my back flat, okay? And I'm not using my back to do this lift. So I'm gonna push into the floor. Come into that dead bug position, kick my legs up. Now from here, I'm just gonna lower one leg at a time as slowly as I can. We're gonna do 5 on each side. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. There's 5. All right. Now, all we're going to do, we're going to extend ourselves out. So put the feet down. Now we're going to work the top half. We just worked the lower half. Now we're going to use the top half. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do 5 for 5. So 5 leg lowers. Now we're going to do 5 roll-ups. So I'm just going to roll up, dig my heels in, and I'm going to slowly come up as slowly as I can without using momentum if I can. If your feet fly, you can put something heavy on your feet, like a backpack. Kids work really good to just sit on your feet and be your counterweight. Okay, might as well be dead weight during your workout, right? We love kids. Kids are the best. They help out in so many ways. We're gonna do 5 of these. Okay, if your feet are flying off, okay, and you don't have something to put them on, you can also just put yourself up against the wall and just drive your feet into the wall, and that'll help. Just don't leave dirty footprints on your wall, because I'm not going to come clean it. I will if I have to, if it means that that's how you come back to workouts. I'll do that. Good, we got 2 more. Trying to be nice and strong with each one of these. It's just a full body sit up. Pilates uses this a lot. It also will help you with those hollow holds that we're going to be doing on Thursday. Hint, hint. Okay, you know how much I love my hollow holds. Beautiful. Okay, if you need to, now's the time to take a nice little rest. Okay, we're going to go in, and now it's 4 for 4. So we're going to dig in. We're going to come into that dead bug position, extend those legs. Now you're going to do 4 leg lowers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Beautiful. Easy. And now you know what you're doing. Going straight into those full body sit-ups, roll-ups. If you can reach your toes, that's great. Okay. I have a hard time reaching my toes, so I try to get as far up as I can. Okay, that's the important part, is getting that little stretch at the end. Now, if you start feeling this in your hip flexors, okay, it's not that you're doing it wrong, you're just tight, you're quad dominant. I'm quad dominant, so I'm feeling my hip flexors a lot. I feel my quads a lot while we're doing sit-ups and leg lowers, okay? That's okay. Just make sure after class, and maybe we'll do it if we have some time, we'll stretch out those quads a little. Good. Now we have 3 for 3. Okay, so get yourself dug in, dead bug position, extend up. 3 of these. There's 1, 2, and 3. Good. Now 3 of those roll-ups. Okay, we're only going to 2. So got 1 more round after this. And we should have time while we're doing our discussion at the end to do a little quad stretch. And also, if you're starting to feel this in your back, you're probably not using your core to sit up. You're probably trying to push your way up. Okay, so the big thing there would just be sit up as far as you can before you feel that pain in your back. Okay, so if that means you only get active, for example, I come here and I feel here, but I don't feel my back. But if I go any higher, I feel my back, then that's as far as I'm going to do. Okay, I'm just going to do that little crunch and go back down until we're able to support ourselves coming all the way up. Okay, quick little fix. Okay, last round. We're on 2 for 2. Come into that dead bug, extend those legs. Got 1. We got 2. And beautiful. And then 2 roll-ups. And we'll do some stretching. Okay, good. You're going to feel your core the rest of the day, probably nice and tight. Here we go. Roll up. And back. Last one. Roll up. And back. Nice and easy. All the way down. Beautiful. All right. So I just want you to allow yourself to breathe for a second. If your core is a little tight, go ahead and roll over. You can go into a cobra. If it's not super tight yet, that's fine. You can save it for later. We'll do that right before jumping into our quad hip flexor stretch. All I'm going to do here, palms up, just relax everything. So shaking everything out, just kind of being a bowl of jelly on the floor. Just for a second, just allowing yourself to recenter. Did a bunch of blood flow stuff right there with keeping your legs above your head and then sitting up. So just making sure our blood pressure regulates a little bit before we come up to even a half kneeling position. I don't want anybody passing out, not even on a virtual class. All right, once things start feeling a little equalized, and you might not have even felt it, but that's okay. We're just still trying to just equalize that pressure out. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just roll straight over onto my belly. I'm just gonna come to my forearms. Okay, so I'm on my forearms. I'm just gonna push into a cobra. If I go any higher than that right now, my core will probably cramp, okay? So I'm just gonna go right here. I'm getting a good little stretch. I'm not pushing it too far. I just wanna stretch things out just for a second. Then I'm gonna put my hands underneath me, and I'm just gonna push myself up into a quad position. And then we're gonna come straight into that quad hip flexor, okay? So just like our lunge position, okay? But this time, toe goes further forward. That's going to allow me clearance to drive forward. And then if I'm sitting here like this, right, my bucket's full. I want to empty my bucket. So I'm going to squeeze my glutes. I'm going to sit up nice and tall so I'll feel my pelvis dump behind me. And then I'm just going to push to the front of the room. Keeping that down glute tight, you're going to feel that nice stretch in your hip flexor there. Just nice and easy, and then relax back. And then same thing, dump that bucket behind you, and then push to the front. We're just gonna do 2 on each side, no big deal. Just stretching it out a little bit. Even if you didn't feel your hip flexors, this is a good way to just kind of loosen things up. Good, switching sides. Okay, now you know the setup, you know what you're doing. Okay, I don't have to cue you through it, just remember to dump and push. So our quote today, I believe I've seen this even upstairs in some of the conference rooms at Intel. All of our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them. Walt Disney. And relax. Then we're gonna squeeze again and push. So I think that's very true, even in this little fitness world we're doing right now with virtual classes and all that stuff. We have these dreams of what fitness looks like, and it can happen. You just have to have the courage to maybe jump on a call with a coach, that's me, or keep doing these videos, even though it feels like nothing's happening. There's stuff happening, right? So just keep it up. You guys are doing amazing. Relax back. And then wherever you want to finish the class out, you can stay seated, take in a couple of breaths. As always, guys, I'm here for you. So if you do need to talk or you want to set up a consultation with anybody, it doesn't have to be with myself, it can be with any coach. Just let me know, reach out to me, we can get you scheduled. We also have Diane, our dietitian, or Tess, another dietitian we have here in Oregon. They'd love to hear from you too. They're all about talking nutrition, okay? So the COVID nutrition, family nutrition, whatever you got, you have time with them also. So that's also free stuff for you guys. So if that interests you, also reach out to me. I'd love to get you signed up with them. And again, they'll talk anything, okay? And just to round things out for the day, just like always, we'll go over our joke of the day one last time. And for those of you that didn't get to see the board, there's the board. Okay. How does the moon cut his hair? Well, eclipse it. I know, so bad. Such a bad pun joke. All right, guys, as always, thanks again. I appreciate you being here, even though the day turned nice and sunny. I look forward to seeing you guys Thursday. Remember to have a weight with you, and make sure you also have some sliders, stuff like that, just in case, okay? So again, I look forward to seeing you. Get outside and enjoy the outside. Just make sure you put on your mask. I will see you next time.